single flame to light the dark. I wear it every day, everywhere that I go. There's a dream for peace within my heart, but now it fades every day without any hope. There's a single flame to light the dark. Is this the path you take? Cause I don't know where to go. Doesn't matter, cause we're always dark. A heart that's so warm can never help it. The fire lights our way, guides us when we're led astray, like a melody for us to follow every day. They say there's no eternity, so why do we all fight? I try my best to laugh at it and go and live my life. The things we have that shine so bright will take their life, will die. We walk our paths, sharing this burden. We will walk and live our lives until our light burns out. The toys were back when I was just a kid, along with knowing just like magic we will always heal the treasures I hold. They say there's no eternity, so why do we all fight? We walk our paths, sharing this burden. We will walk and live our lives until the light burns out.
Let's talk about Murder Drones, an underrated series that you might not have heard of. Now, Murder Drones is a series with a main cast of N, V, and Uzi. Hopefully nothing goes wrong with any of them, with each of them having their own form of lore, with N about his past, Uzi about what is wrong with her, and V just being there, I guess. And each of them are up against
the solver of the absolute fabric, the void, the exponential end.
Yeah, but people just call her Sin. But as the series keeps going on and on, the lore gets deeper. Well, how deep do you ask? Well, I'll show you. Episode 1 begins in a backstory, and we are shown worker drones as slaves. Although besides the slavery, the worker drones didn't cause humanity's death, but humanity themselves, leaving all of Copper 9's biological life all extinct. And all these drones get to live their life. Until JC Jensen had a good idea to create these murder drones to kill worker drones that are light years away from Earth and are completely harmless. So yeah, you heard me right. Their parent company didn't like the idea of roaming AI light years from Earth, so they created these murder drones to kill every worker drones around. Just don't ask why. And the flashback ends with a PowerPoint presentation, and we are introduced with Uzi and her railgun.
Oh, and this magnetically amplified photon converter doesn't count?
After that, we are introduced with the supposed love interest. Don't worry, we'll talk about that soon enough. After the high school bit, we're now in the Shaun of the Dead bit. Also, by the way, lore. After that scene, we are met with Uzi's father, Khan Dorman. So TLDR for Khan, he loves doors and he's a massive wuss. And that's basically all you need to know about him. And after one bad excuse later...
Sneaking out to make out with my boyfriend that I definitely have?
Seriously, though.
Yeah, she's definitely not gonna have a boyfriend. After that, she left and ended up in the Murder Drone Slayer, in which a murder drone has awoken. And now we have entered a battle against Uzi and this particular murder drone. Also this scene.
Whoa, and they said pirating all that anime was useless.
But either way, Uzi wins due to her plot armor. But the murder drone gets to live cause why the hell not, it's made by Skynet. And then we meet N.
I'm Serial Designation N. Nice to meet you. I'm kind of the leader of the squad in this city. That's not true. Everyone tells me I'm useless and terrible.
Don't worry, Anne. The fans would disagree on that. After that introduction, we get to meet the other murder drones, with V being... special in her own way. And Jay being very strict and, yeah. This really makes you think on what N saw when Jay was stepping on him. Huh. After knowing that NXJ existed, like most people, she ran away. And after Jay hit N, get your head out of the gutter. N had a system reboot and he realized what kind of a big mistake he made. And so N decided to break in the colony just for one little worker drone. Also this scene.
Actually, it's gin rummy. So.
Why would you mansplain to a murder drone? Who would mansplain to a murder drone? What idiot would mansplain to a murder drone? Bro just leave his own daughter to die. Why? After having that awkward moment, N and Jay have the talk. No, stop it. What I mean is that after N's introduction, they find out that their escape pod turns out to be a spaceship. And so theoretically, they can leave Copper 9 to Earth. And all they need is just the worker drone's help. But what's stopping them could be the company. Cause what if the company sent murder drones because they just hate robots? And so meaning that worker drones and murder drones are one and the same. And so how did Jay react to this theory?
Can you speak English?
Yeah, it didn't go too well. Don't worry, N and Uzi make a peace and cure N. And now we're in the final battle against V and J. Now I have to warn you, Murder Jones is not my property. It is made by Glitch Productions and I advise you to support them, because they made this with their hard work. The best I could tell you is after the fight and not during the fight, so sadly, I cannot show you this due to copyright. The point is, Jay died. And Ed and Uzi decide to leave with V as their captive prisoner. And finally, we're at the final scene, in which we see something called an absolute solver turns on, and Uzi going, yeah, this really makes you think that V is the calm one. Yeah, never mind, everyone's insane. And we are left off with one last cliffhanger, and the episode ends. Okay, after seeing episode 1, you might think that everything would go the same with comedy, action, and some good old classic lore. So with those genres, that means that there's not gonna be another one for this episode. Yep, just gonna stay completely normal. Now without anything in the way, let's start the episode. Episode 2 begins in a flashback, and we are met with this guy who I'm gonna name Douglas. After that, we are met with V, in which we are shown chemistry. But after that, we met... Dear God, who gave our maid dress? I guess Jay. Also, this girl named Tessa and the new worker drone. Now, despite not knowing who this worker drone is, it really distresses N, in which he wakes up freaking out. After that, Uzi looked onto a mirror and the mirror shattered. Agreed, goth girls be crazy. And after that, we found out that N was a pilot. And knowing N crashed the ship, V got upset but decided to blow her bubble still. Let's add that to the list. Meanwhile, in the bunker, there's still this hole that N made. First of all, if the murder drones couldn't get in because of the 3 doors, then why couldn't they just make a hole through the roof? Like it worked for N, That's how we left. Enough of that. We are met with a guy named Tim and also Ladderbot 5000. And while Ladderbot 5000 was fixing the hole in the roof, he noticed something was off. And when he was inspecting Jay's corpse, he realized that her corpse was beating. And then all of a sudden a chest burster popped out and started going haywire on everything. What does N see in her? After that, we are met with Khan in a parents-teacher conference, and this plot is purely just unrelated. The only lore implication it has is that Khan is a deadbeat. And as we're back with the problematic child, we find her sweating. Why do these robots sweat? I guess I'll put that on the list. After learning that useless programming, we are met with a man that I should have talked about. Okay, so this is Thad, the jock of the team. And the only thing we know about him is that he's a love interest to Uzi, he is ship bait for N, and like Lizzie, he fits more into the school part of the series. And when I say ship bait, I mean ship bait. Meanwhile, in the bunker... Okay, stop right there. Why is he in low resolution? It's 3071 and he looks like he's being filmed by an Atari. But we find out that Atari graphic Ladderbot 5000 turned out to be a hologram and ended up killing Tim. And we find out who the murderer is, and it is this thing, this whatever J it is. And we find out for every murder, out comes a new hologram. Back to the murder squad. Yes, I will be calling them that. We get to see N's interesting art style. Yes, I am aware it is as good as the Mona Lisa. Now, back to the C plot, we're back to the parents-teachers conference, in which we are shown that Khan's explanation of him being an absent father was so boring that it bored the teacher. Don't worry, we see some actual lore.
Mort war je. Und ich habe dabei zugesehen.
Hopefully she doesn't become an important character. Back to the murder squad. Again, I will be calling them that. We learn about an absolute solver. Now, what is an absolute solver, you may ask? Well, I actually don't have any idea on what it is. I mean, it makes new matter, and that's all, technically. But don't worry, this is important to the plot. Back to the murder squad. We find a weirdly realistic hand and some sort of centipede monster. Kinda reminds me of something, but I just don't know what. So anyways, that gets captured. And now Uzi and N has to save him. And look, that is saved. I think. Never mind, the low res actually got me. So we find out that this thing is a absolute solver. A program trying to restore Jay. But not only Jay could have it, but also Worker Jones, as you can see here. After that, we meet Khan's death.
Hey! Auf Wiedersehen, Dad.
Yeah, it's very gruesome. Not to mention this scene. Yeah, you can see the horror elements in this series. They really put the murder in Murder Jones. They should really have a kill count. So anyways, N saves Uzi. But it turns out that N was fake. Oh hey, that was an actual high definition hologram. But then N comes back, and Uzi's real gun is about to explode, and then Jay died for the second time. And turns out Khan's death was actually fake. And Jay's core tried to escape, but thank God N was there to stop it. And then we are met with this scene.
What are you things?
What did you just say about me, you little bitch?
So N left, and Uzi comes back to her father. V now has some importance due to her being free. And the episode... Wait, what are we doing here? She's not important. We don't need to learn more about her. She's not important. Okay, what the hell was that?
Jesus.
Who the hell is this character? And what does she have to do with V? Okay, so this girl's name is Doll. Besties with Lizzie, she's Russian, and contains the absolute solver. But don't worry, she is completely irrelevant. Okay, right after that, we meet Doll at her apartment, in which we see this scene.
Мам, пап, я вернулась.
Yeah, you read that right. Those are her parents. Back to another episode of The Problem Child. She feels guilty in what she said to the softy boy. And we get to see this cool transition. Just peak editing glitch. Also, one character I forgot to mention, it's this guy, Brayden. Oh, okay, so this is Brayden. He's super important, completely fine, and shows up in the next episode. And he is the best character. After that, we are met with the 5 missing children that were killed by the purple guy. After knowing that was canon, Uzi decides to skip towards her room just to tweet about it. But... don't make that face, I know you're completely insane. After that, we are met with Khan, who basically just flagged all of Uzi's tweets. And that made Uzi upset.
My crazed ramblings! Stay out of my freaking room!
And Khan tries to not be a deadbeat. How, you may ask?
I'm going to talk to N. What is this?
Prom dress! Child small! You're grounded from seeing those bad influencing murder drones. But I talked to your teacher to find you classmates to go with tonight.
Sup, freak? Prepare to be popular.
I'm chaperoning!
Meanwhile, with the rest of the murder squad, N is indecisive if he wants to go dapper and visit Uzi. But because of last time, he doesn't know if he wants to see Uzi. And we also get to learn that V knows more about her past, while N's memories are a bit faulty. We get to learn more about this later on. Back to Carrie, we are now in Doll's room, in which we learn that it's filled up with cockroaches. And Uzi gets even more suspicious around Doll. Why, you may ask? Because of the fact that she has crumpled missing children's poster right at her trash. Back to another episode of The Softy Boy and the Psychopathic Warhead, V decides to escape, while leaving N decapitated. And that's all from that scene, as we are back to the problem child. And like N, she's dappered up. And we get to learn more about this lore implication.
Just do your thing, and I'll let in be. We'll see you there.
What the
Yeah, that's blood. Well, if it wasn't for the glow, then it'd just be oil. Back to the B plot, Softy Boy comes back. And he's off to try to find V. Also, we get to see this scene.
Как они по-русски любят говорить. Ой, я должна была предположить, что кто-то сможет убежать через вентиляцию, используя выброшенное зеркало как ступеньки.
Yes, I remember seeing that in Motherland. After that, we are met with Uzi trying to run back to N. After that, we see...
What's with pants? Everyone gets pants. Just kidding, that'll never happen. I'll die before they get pants.
Okay, ignoring the thought that Liam Vickers might be dead, Uzi asks N to be her prom date. And prom begins with the announcement of the prom queen being... it's V. Of course it's V. And Doll's plan gets set in motion. And she's ready to kill V. And the reunited murder squad tries to stop V, but now has to stop Doll. And Doll's plan gets set in motion, with so many things happening. And we get to see on how powerful Doll is, like she can block bullets. And there's just so many things happening here. And the murder squad tries to defend V. Also, can I just say that Knife Dance is such a bop? After that, it's Doll versus Uzi, and Doll can't do anything to Uzi. After that, we're met with the most infamous scene of Enchanted Grom Fright, the dance. After that, Uzi then defeats Doll, and V shoots Doll point blank. Hopefully she doesn't come back. And now the murder squad has entered Doll's room, in which not only do we have Carrie, we also have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This episode is a whole mashup of horror films.
Why would a worker drone... Was she eating them?
Yeah, Uzi, I don't know, but I think, just a thought, that what if Doll is is not a normal worker drone. And I don't think you're a normal worker drone as well, seeing that you have a craving for oil. Oh yeah, and we find the doll's parents' corpses that V killed. And we also see Uzi licking her fingers. Note that those were the same fingers with oil on them. I'm guessing it's a silver thing, but the heck I know. I don't have the absolute silver in me. Anyway, after that, we get to learn that Doll's mom's name is Yeva. Eva? Yeva. And we find out that Doll is still alive. Not just alive, also armed. And then, this scene.
Не тебя. Жаль. Если я найду то, что ищу, то и тебе помогу.
What?
Извини.
What? Oh, don't you dare! I hate it here!
After that, we are met with a random person walking around. And a random murder drone pod just starts falling towards him. And we get to see a new face. After the random drone got decapped, we learned that this person's name was Tessa, the same person we meet in episode 2. Not only that, also Jay. And after that, the episode ends. Episode 4 begins with a sign of Camp 98.7, and we are introduced with the horror classic stereotypes. Them being the stoner, the nerd, the jock, the girl, and the guy that complains that his phone doesn't work. Finally, the jock and the blonde girl. And we have the emo protagonist. And after that, we see a flashback and why Uzi is here. And not just a flashback, also a bad theory bait.
She was always all, build doors against the coming sky demons. The singularity awakens. Look at this cool S I can draw.
I've reached a hypothesis on who S is. They're an absolute solver. But why everyone else is here? It's due to because the teacher is that petty. And to make it worse, he's not even gonna supervise. But don't worry, he hired genocide robots to take care of them. And not just genocide robots, also V. Wow, teacher of the year.
Undo.
That's everyone! -1? We've got
A lot of murders is gonna happen for this entire episode. You know what, I'm just gonna put a kill count over here. Anyways, everyone picked the murder drones because they just didn't want to be around Uzi. As if the murder drones didn't do anything wrong. So after that, Uzi is sneaking out to Camp 98.7. One theory bait later, we see murder bots fit more better than of emo. After seeing the immense toxicity amongst her classmates, we see Uzi's been eating worker drones due to her overheating. She even went as far as going to Doll's room. But before she could ever eat the
warm, sweet oil to avoid
psychopathic warhead here was threatening her.
Since I'll have to kill you next.
She also called Softy Boy a loser.
Anne's made friends with rocks, by the way. He'll move on just fine.
Who in Robo Hell gave her a character? One more theory bait later, Uzi discovered ChatGPT. After that, Anne decided to be Merida. God, does everyone know that reference? Has anyone even seen Brave?
sorry. Did I cheat?
So anyways, instead of killing the murder drones, they decide to try to kill Uzi. As if she's the one that's wrong. Tasty. After that, Uzi decided to live in a cabin in the woods. After that, a lot of things started going so wrong. After that, Anne decided to go on to a solo mission. After that, Darren and Rebecca decided to immorally make out on a cabin in the woods, with a monster in the cabin. Meanwhile, Softy Boy found a VHS tape in 3071, and he saw some flashbacks. And now it's kill count galore, with Darren dying first and Rebecca leaving. Also, not gonna lie, Silver Uzi's theme is such a bop. Rebecca's still bleeding and dying and dismembered and presumably died after this scene, so I'll put her into the count.
Oh, you?
Brayden, no! God, why did they have to kill him? You know what? Just skip to the montage. I don't care. So while Uzi was trying to kill Lizzie, V comes to the rescue. That's cool, V, so anyways, kill her already. God, how are you being defeated by her? Okay, so is V just holding back, or is she really being defeated by her? Oh, thank God, Softy Boy's there.
Ow! Up we go! What did I say about antagonizing her?
Ugh, you always take her side.
One cute and emotional scene later about Anne and Uzi not being alone.
Don't fucking touch it! Plus, my voice is more like...
After that, everything is back to normal, with Thad missing and 7 students killed. And the episode ends.
Upgrading models, cutting maintenance costs. There are many reasons a client may wish to disassemble a drone individual or series after a period of use. Following these two steps is key to avoiding incompletely disassembled drones may occasionally reboot from software death alone. More than undead federal fine hazards, its corrupted AI carry an increased risk of future errors.
All the worker drones are knocked out, except for one. N0X001010 is still awake. Yes, I did have to look that up. Bite me. And he's looking on a book about dogs. He likes golden retrievers, but in my opinion, huskies are better. And we see N is with V. Seems to be that everyone has an Arrow 606. And we also see some sort of ghost attempting N to get in the basement.
Stab. You seem upset, Big Brother N. Perhaps you'd like to attend the gala with me. Light sip.
This is Sin. She was made on Earth, to no surprise, contains the absolute solver, has a thirst for oil, Cute yet creepy at the same time. No form of motor mobility, narrates everything that she does, and sounds exactly like GLaDOS.
Timing. Crisscross applesauce. Am I not wanted? And
Yep, best character. After that, we see the ghost thing. Still trying to let Anne get in the basement.
Don't give me those eyes.
giggle. I am so naughty. The flesh demands invitation.
So Sin wants to go to the gala, but Anne knows that all of the humans there are very racist amongst robots. But within the kindness of Softy Boy's heart, he lets Sin get in anyway. After that, Sin and Anne are in the gala, in which we see a lot of slave drones. Sin is completely nervous, but Anne is completely fine. And we see how mistreated these drones are. And they call AI the monsters. After that, we see Jay and Tessa. Tessa's completely nervous because of the fact there's going to be a lot of humans, but Jay is completely fine. And we see Tessa's wrist hurts, but we don't know why. And Tessa wanted to play Gmod, so she ragdolled N. The ghost thing is back, but now they have a name. That name being Dark X Wolf 17. Jesus, is this ghost a Fortnite player? And we see Tessa and Jay hate Sin, but we don't know why currently. Like, who could hate Sin? Sin is the best character. I'm not saying that due to biased opinion. And we get to meet Tessa's mother, Mrs. Elliot. Sadly, I cannot think of a name for her without it sounding very controversial.
They are not broken. We can no longer be thrown out.
Did that little antichrist...
I told her to say that and brought her here. I just hate orders. And your fans dumb?
Made the tag when I was 8. Shut up.
After that, we are met in Tessa's room, in which we see Tessa in a shackle. I guess that explains why her wrist hurts, but it also means I am legally allowed to sue Mrs. Elliot for child abuse.
You will not have to discard your pets, and I will not discard you.
Hold on a second. Horror? Extinction of all biological life? And eldritch monsters? Could this mean... Dear God, their resemblance is uncanny. So yeah, let's just escape that idea before this escalates even further. So anyways, back to a Softy Boy and the 2009 Anthony Padilla fan. According to Uzi,
Sleepover. You passed out because some internal program is trying to delete these memories.
Cause of you? Cause you're doing that?
I'm helping, you cute, weird butler.
do I sense something there, Cruzy? After that, Uzi basically said,
Get the fuck out of my room and play Minecraft!
damn, she basically is a Fortnite player. So anyways, we're in the mansion now, and we find, is Sin redecorating? Because I don't remember that in the mansion. And did V do something with her hand? Because it looks different. So anyways, back to the child and the world's biggest mistake. Okay, Glitch, I get you can't know what the difference of what the laser gun and the real gun is, but the revolver? It's not just any revolver, it's a Colt 1851 Navy revolver, made by Colt's Manufacturing Company. So don't try to shut me up, Glitch. So Jay got the Colt 1851 Navy revolver and gave it to Tessa, a literal child. And we get to see my favorite scene of the entire episode.
Crikey, what a bounding hupster-ruffle!
Why are you talking like that?
Get it? Because people don't say like that in the modern age? Actually, wait, it's the future, so why is there a revolver? We could have instead have laser guns.
Jump scare. Grab.
Dark X Wolf 17!
Highly intelligent program, and yet does not have a hacker-proof program in it. What is this stupid future? Okay, and now we get to see some interesting stuff that Sin has been working on. So does this mean that Sin made the murder drones? So enough of that, cause Doll is here and I have no exact reason why is she here. I guess it's to expand the plot. Back to Softy Boy, his memories are gonna be erased all over again. Meaning he's going back to be a murder drone. And at the gala, there is a lot more humans than ever. And apparently all those humans are JC Jensen workers. But then Sin appears. And Tessa and Jay are here. Bro, don't hold a Colt Navy like that. It's not a Glock.
Remember, you didn't have to. You didn't have to.
Okay, let's speed things up. So Sin hacked all of the worker drones and killed all the humans. The absolute solver just doesn't know how to play the crane game. Uzi and Doll are fighting for a cockroach, but Uzi decided to give it anyway for Softy Boy.
Ты воспитал хорошую дочь, мистер Дурман.
Despite me, maybe.
Боже, ну ладно.
V also arrived and neither can she play the crane game. But don't worry, all it takes is some prescription. And now V can play crane.
Gold. Then retrievers have
Gentle mouths, dude.
Cute. False. Gross. True.
Yeah, same there. But thankfully Uzi was there to finally hack the episode solver all over again. We find this lore implication where their eyes turn purple. Turns out Doll was working for Jay and Tessa, and the episode ends.
Please look out for me. Can you set me free? Will you take my soul away? Casting me in cold, bury me in bones, rest eternally.
And the episode begins with a PC background home screen. It looks pretty nice, but mine says... Then everything goes dark. We are met with the character O23 according to the captions and the credits. Well, that just happened. Back to the murder squad, they are met with Jay, Tessa, and Doll. And Doll stole the cockroach and now is running away. But sadly Doll escaped, and Tessa erased all of Jay's screen time. And now they have to search for an elevator, because apparently so the elevator contains cabin fever labs in which Sin wants to know. And we see a lot of murder drones, meaning that your murder drone OC might be canon. Now despite Tessa saying that she can control the security, but turns out she can't. And now Tessa's being captured. after whatever that was, we are met with Uzi, with a magnet on her head. Although I thought it'll make her do whatever this is. And we find out what happened to O23. And we are met with Alice, who what the late Murder Jones call the Lich. And we find out that she wants to chop up V for her parts. Also, apparently it takes a magnet to stop the Absolute Solver. Maybe we should use that on Doll. Alice also knows Uzi's mom and Nori left them to die. Back to Ann and Tessa. Knowing that he giggles around torture, maybe V is not a bad option. Also, Tessa escapes. Who knew that magnets doesn't affect humans?
Easy, creep. You've got the wrong...
Nori, right? Sure thought killing all them folks was pretty slick.
Wait, stop! Seriously? What are you talking about?
Woof, it's even terrifying to V. So Ann and Tessa found a computer so that way the plot can expand even further. How even further, you may ask?
Wanna take a gander at Earthen?
No, Tessa, we don't have time.
We also find out that Uzi can regenerate limbs, meaning she is most valuable to Alice. So she doesn't want the human and the murder drone to get on her way. Back to Ann and Tessa, we find out that Sin, or the Absolute Solver, destroyed Earth, meaning all humans are gone except for Tessa. And the Absolute Solver is not just a program, it's a virus that evolves and destroys things. So if we don't take down Uzi, then Copper 9 is destroyed. Well, that just happened. Back to Alice.
Oh, don't mind me.
Don't worry, Alice. She also scares me. After that, Lich decides to kill another favorite character. Twice. One reoccurring gag later, the murder squad has been reunited, and V grows weary on Tessa. While V is trying to shoot the raptor with an SMG, or what the? Who the hell said that? Who the hell said that possible review? After that, the murder squad found Doll. Conveniently. And now Tessa got it. And then we are met with this scene.
Ew. Don't date my robot, please. He's his own person! You, ew, you're mean.
After that, Doll escapes. And now there are sentinels roaming around. And now they gotta fight this sentinel. Meanwhile, Uzi gets,
Uzi, no!
Meanwhile, Tessa's just throwing her blood around trying to weaken the Sentinel. And now the Sentinel has a gun and this scene pops up. Fun fact about that scene, it's based right off of that scene from another show that Liam Vickers worked on. Which, by the way, Liam, where's the next episode of Cliffside? I'm yet to wait for another episode of Cliffside, Liam. And now V has to take down this Sentinel. Now, before the Sentinel could ever get shot, this other Sentinel decided to destroy the cockroach. Meaning the others would get hurt, so V has to make the ultimate sacrifice.
V, please!
Yep, V dies. A perfect arc for a perfect character. Kinda perfect character. As much as I talk about how psychopathic V could be, she had a good arc. She had went as far as not trusting Uzi, to her last words being,
Nah. Uzi, I trust you.
which shows what a great arc she had, a great character development. V, you may now rest in peace. Now my honest review around Murder Drones, it's a great show. Now sadly it only has 6 episodes with 7 and 8 coming next year. Now it's a underrated show with a highly great fandom, sometimes, with its own plot, lore, and other things. So would I advise you to watch the show? Yes I would. Now I'm not forcing you to like it, but it is a good show and you might do like it. So far the only thing I'm surprised about this show is that it was made by the same guy that made those Mario videos. And that is basically my entire review around this show. So I advise you to like and subscribe and see you next time. Oi, drone. Sorry, but I'm killing the channel again. Wait, what? No!